everyone, this is Joanna, and this is just a little informal chit chat. I had mentioned something on Instagram that I just wanted to touch on briefly now, and I don't know if I'll talk more about different aspects, but you know how sometimes you're on YouTube and you get asked, well, have you ever had any bad experiences on YouTube? I've had a few. I haven't let them get to me. Some of them were pretty bad. Some of them were just, snarky comments and things like that. But one of the ones that I wanted to touch on that I mentioned in my Instagram is people who take other people's information and use it as their own. Now, this isn't a super horrible thing, but it is something that kind of made me salty and it bothered me. And it always has. I know a lot of us can put out videos concurrently and at the same time that just about have the same content, but I'm talking about when someone takes something you have said or you have shared with them and they tweak it a little bit and try to make it their own without giving you credit. I do not like that. I have a problem with that, and I don't do that. And even if you don't say where you got the information from, it's always kind to say, I learned this from another YouTuber. And this isn't a bashing video, so this isn't going to be where I'm going to be calling someone out. Yes, I'm salty about the situation. Some of the instances happened a while ago, but one of them was more recently from information that I shared. And what that was someone's video came across my channel. I don't watch them anymore. I used to. I love their channel. I did. There were no problems there. It was just I felt like certain things that I said they would take and they would copy and they would tweak them and they would try to make them their own. And they never once said that they got that from me, but they would always credit their two friends on here. And what that was, I know a lot of you may or may not remember, and the video stemmed from their Mother's Day tote video is what happened. And like I said, I haven't watched them in a while, so I decided to watch that video that day because I was salty about something. Sometimes we can be upset about something, but we decide later, well, maybe we were salty for no reason, what have you. So I'm watching their video. And a while back, I did a video where I had shared that I had gotten one of the totes and I exchanged in the tote for the lavender and cedarwood set, and they left a comment under my video that said, oh, I didn't know that you could do that. And I said, yes, any of the sets that come together, you can exchange out the items like for like, the same way that I have shared how you could use your Victoria's Secret credit card at Bath & Body Works. This is all information that I knew long before YouTube or anything like that. So on their video that I'm watching, and then I get stunned because they say, well, I customize my tote and I'll tell you how you can customize your tote, which is the same thing for what I said. And then a person, this is the part that made me salty, a person underneath their video says, I did not know that you could exchange item out, which is the exact same thing the person who used my information said to me. They said, thank you for this. And she said, you're welcome. Never once did she say, I got this information from another YouTuber. She doesn't have to say Joanna. She could have admitted, I got this information from someone else who shared this with me, so I'm going to share it with you. That wasn't the first thing that this person did that made me salty. And they knew about these instances because we had talked. And during one of those talks, they mentioned that we should do a collab. That was another salty incident because of something else that had happened. And I just felt like they were being slighting, and I did not like that, and I got kind of mad about it. But there were other instances where I had shared information, and they had tweaked what I said and done a video like it was their own. For example, I made a comparison that the Boardwalk Vanilla Cloud Cream had a flat base and you can mix it with anything. They then came on using vanilla lotion saying, and you can mix this with other things. Again, I felt copied with no credit. Not saying that you can't mix whatever you want. You can mix anything you want. I just felt like my information was copied with no credit. So the only other bad experience that I have had, and I will talk more about these only if anyone wants to hear it. If you've ever had someone come after you underneath someone else's video where you haven't said anything out of the way, there was someone that I watched a while ago, very sparkling personality, very exuberant person. They went gaga over the Boardwalk Marshmallow and Vanilla Clouds, I think Miss, and they had like 10 or 12 of them. Everybody at my job loved their video. I was showing it to everybody. This person, very effervescent, very bubbly, just a great person. Well, someone had asked that person under their video, this was like last summer, a couple summers ago, how they could afford so much. And the person said, I save. Well, I typed in the comment section, because I followed them as well, these videos get great views, as in that person's videos get great views. Little did I know that this person that I typed that to was going to get smart and come after me for 3 hours. Like, they kept putting things underneath that person's video, you know, well, you need to do this and you need to do that, and who asked you, and granny, and all this. And it turned into me being out by the mall, because I'm thinking this had stopped like 2 hours in. You know, I'm in the store and I'm outside in daylight trying to text, and this comment comes across, this person still, and granny this, and you do this. And I said, if you don't stop, I'm going to report you. And they said, who are you going to report me to? And I said, YouTube. And they said, good, I'd like to see them do something, granny. And I'm like, so all of this was under that person's video who had nothing to do with this. And it turned into, a cop friend of mine said, every time they send you something, just keep typing, this is proof you're harassing me. That lasted for 3 hours before they stopped. Another video that I followed, a big person on here who refers to Natasha Denona as Natasha Denono. She did a video about wanting to get her hair braided. She was talking about something else and mentioned she wanted to get her hair braided. And she has real pretty hair. She has mixed textured hair. And in my day, the term good hair was used, not meaning anything at all. Let me see. Okay. The term good hair was used. And so I had left a comment under her video, you know, and it was a positive comment, something to the effect of, you know, I have friends that have good hair like yours. A lot of them have to use a product in their hair, you know, to hold the braid. Nothing bad. The person whose video it belonged to, you know, they knew what I was trying to say. For lack of straight hair, I had used the word good hair because I couldn't think at the time. Well, here comes somebody under the video asking, what do you mean by good hair? And I never did answer it. And then they said, you know, they left another comment, maybe you didn't see my question, but I'd like to know what you meant by good hair. And I said, you know, for lack of a better word, I meant straight hair. In my day, this was a term that was used, you know. I said, so just in case you're a troller, you know what I mean? I don't have time for that, but if you're not, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. And I explained what I meant. Well, I'm thinking that's well and okay. Well, here comes, oh, good. I'm glad you edited your comment because they started listing 4C and numbers for hair. I don't understand any of that. I have what I call froth ball hair. I mean, I refer to my hair as everything. But the funny thing was they just kept on and kept on. And then eventually they said something else. And I said, you know, I'm done with this conversation. You know, I explained to you what I meant. You know, let it go. And then they put, well, you could just not respond to me. So I'm like, okay, troll. Like if the person would have been sitting there, you'd have seen it was the exact type of person that you wanted to avoid. So eventually that turned into me being called granny and everything else. And so eventually the last thing that they said was, did you report me? Did you report me to YouTube yet? Did they do anything about it? And I'm like, you'll be ended soon enough. Well, the person whose video it belonged to that I watched saw all of that, you know what I mean, and they undid it. Another person's video, like I watch Smoky Glow, I watch Aloho, none of my comments are ever foul or bad. Even the ones where you're not exactly for the person, but you understand, you know what I mean, what they're doing or that they're new to whatever it is they're doing. For example, like the situation with the Kat Von D and the, the shots thing. Some people didn't like it. Some people, you know, said it's her kid. Other people were understanding that this is a new mom. Sometimes parents have new ideas. Because I'll tell you a funny thing about me. I never knew about baby formula. Like I was 22 when my daughter, you know, when I had my daughter. Do you know that I thought that all black babies took Enfamil? I had Enfamil stacked up in the corner my last 3 months of when I was pregnant with her. And a friend of mine said, why do you have that? And you don't know what kind of formula this baby's going to be on. And I said, what do you mean? Every baby that I've seen of color is on this formula. Well, lo and behold, I learned later. Fortunately for me, she was on Enfamil. The only other bad experience that I have had is a giveaway that went wrong where the girl just wanted the items. Like she knew that even though I showed a couple of items, she knew that I had rather large giveaways. And the only stipulation that I ever had during that time was that you make a video with your winnings. Well, she never did. She claimed that YouTube took it down. She claimed that she didn't have no reason to lie. I got kind of mad and I sent her an email about it, and she sent me this message telling me, get off my channel. She sent me a picture claiming that the box was ruined. She never even told me when she got the item. This was a huge giveaway. It was the one where I did the Waikiki Beach. And I will tell you, her name was Sammy, I think XO, and the only reason I'm going to say that is because she like literally scammed me because she thought that that was going to hurt me. But it made me mad because anybody that would have entered, that would have complied, would have won. And I got upset because it wasn't just that. It was the fact that she kept showing every other Bath and Body Works video that she won after mine. It was like every week. I'm like, nobody wins this many, you know, every week. And so the final message I left for her was, you could have mentioned that you won my giveaway and what you got and what you thought of it, you know, at the end of any one of those videos. She even went so far as to post a video with someone that had the same first name as me. So I'm thinking, you know, she was going to show or whatever. And she said, oh, well, they only showed 2 items and they sent me this big box. And I'm thinking that's what I did for. And the thing that made me salty about that was the store actually got involved. They knew what I was doing. Sorry about that. They knew that I had planned to just show the 2 pieces, but I was going to get everything else. I had to special order the soap. Everything in Waikiki Beach that I could get my hands on, I went ahead and got. And that is what made that so bad. And at first I was hurt, you know, and I thought it was bound to happen because of the way that I do my giveaways. And I had had people warn me about her specifically. But I also kind of figured in the back of my head that everything that we can all do this kind, there's going to be someone out there that takes advantage of it. So that was it. I haven't had much, and I've had people ask me, but I couldn't think of a tactful way to talk about it. The only other thing was this one crazy lady that came after me when I asked a question. She called her husband or something daddy, and this was like the first bad thing that happened. And she kept making video after video, turning my question into something that it wasn't. And I posted a video proving what my question was, that she was coming after me, calling me out of my name, and I took the video down. Well, lo and behold, she kept coming on there talking about she had my video removed and everything like that. I had concurrent deaths that happened at work and in the family at that time, and it was an ugly time. And she made it worse and made fun of the deaths and had people coming over to my channel. And this was like early. This was like maybe 2012. This was years ago. But the sad thing was she had something similar that happened to her. And I didn't take that moment to be low and do the same thing, you know. But I think she eventually got put off of YouTube, but then she got to come back. It was something weird. So I have had some bad things that have happened. The thing that just made me the saltiest besides that was the person that, you know, copies my stuff. I think that is wrong. And I really did like their channel when I watched them, but I think if you're going to use somebody's, you know, information, don't tweak it and try to make it your own. Just, you know what I mean? Give them credit, because I go into Bath and Body Works all the time, and there's a family duo on here that showed a pocket bag holder. Even though I go in there all the time, that particular night I wasn't looking for pocket bag holders, and when they showed theirs, I went and got one, and I said, hey, I didn't think to look for any, but since you showed this, I'm going to go get one. And when I came back and showed it on YouTube, I credited them, because that's, to me, the right thing to do. And I know that YouTube, you know, is or is not about morals and that kind of thing. I just don't think that people should copy people's information, because the one that copies me, she always credits her 2 friends. She'll say, Mike told me this, or Tay told me that. But then you take my information, you steal it, and you don't admit that you got it from me. You know, that's not fair. So I just wanted to share that, but I wanted to do it in a tactful way. You know, it's not a tear down thing. But if you're going through that, you know what I mean, let me know, and how do you handle it? Some people, you know, they ignore things and let them go, and other people, you know, like for me, I got salty about it. But it's not a situation to where I go, you know what I mean, harassing people and hating channels. And I certainly don't go under people's videos getting all over other people. And I mean those ones that no matter what you say, they'll say something insulting like you moron, moronic, or just all the things I see. But that was it. I just wanted to share that, just impromptu. So until the next time, everyone have a great day. I plan to do Mr. Hearth and Soul summer tag, so I'm going to work on that when I recharge my phone. So until the next time, everyone have a great evening.